Hello, everybody. It's Issac Jirjis, your mortgage professional, coming to you today to talk about self-employed mortgages. So, getting a mortgage when you're self-employed. This is a more common thing that's happening more often these days, especially with people working from home, working for themselves, or seeing new opportunities out there. And a lot of people are doing the self-employed route. Um, when it comes to getting a mortgage being self-employed, your general requirements, let's say you're applying for a bank option or any lender, they're going to want to confirm first that number one, proof of self-employment. So they're going to want to see, for example, are you a sole proprietorship? Do you have a general partnership business? Do you have a corporation? And so on. So they'll want to see proof that you own that business or proof of self-employment overall. The next thing they're going to want to see is how long have you been self-employed? Are you coming from the same industry as an employee and moving over to the self-employed side on your own now? Or is this a brand new industry for you? You just opened shop not too long ago. So in general, your standard banks would want to see 2 years of reported tax history on this self-employed business in general. There are lenders that can work with a lesser time span, and we even have lenders that could work with potentially using your business bank statements to use what's called a self-declared income based on your business revenue and business trends on how you've done if it's been under 2 years. Let's say you've been in business for 1 year and you can supply 6 months of business bank statements to show that with deposits and also showing invoices and other supporting materials. So when you do apply for the mortgage through the banks, if you don't have all that paperwork up front, it's going to be more difficult to get the mortgage done with a bank option, let's say. However, with these other options that I've mentioned, using a self-declared income or a business bank statement approach to use a general idea of what kind of income your business is making at the moment, we have lenders that can look at that, not need to rely on your tax returns, and use the self-declared income to qualify you for a mortgage. This comes in very handy because a lot of self-employed people, for example, may make a considerable amount of money even on their regular business income. But one of the advantages of being self-employed is you're able to write off a lot of your income with expenses. So expenses could be renting a location for your business. You could have a car that you're leasing for your business, meals and entertainment for your customers, and so on. So you could see that if you were making, for example, let's say, for example, $100,000 a year being self-employed, and your expenses, for example, that you had written off were about $50,000, you're now declaring about $50,000 on your tax return, which in general will not get you much of a mortgage compared to if you're declaring that $100,000, which you're realistically making. So that's one of the beauties about self-employed mortgages. These are products we do all the time, and we're seeing more and more clients come to us who have had issues with qualifying with their regular bank as a self-employed individual. And depending on the circumstances and the details, we're able to basically work out a much better deal for them, get them a higher mortgage approval amount that they're looking for, and get them into that mortgage solution for them so they could get into that first property that they want to buy, or maybe buy a second property, or even refinance their existing property to pull out equity and invest that money in their business or other items. So keep in mind, if you're self-employed, there are options for you. Even if you're declined, for example, at one option, there may be many others, and be more than happy to discuss that with you in detail. If you have any questions, feel free to direct message me, and we'd be happy to chat. If you find this information informative and helpful, we'd ask that you please like, share, and subscribe with your friends and family, and that we can help them as well on their mortgage journey. Thank you very much.